Passing out the medicines. We've been on that rock star regimen, knowing that I'm heaven sent, higher than I ever been. I got a problem with.
What's up, y'all boys? This is another episode of the Totally Blitzed podcast. We talking Week 3 NFL recap, and you already know who I got with me. I got my dog, my main man, co-host, Mr. Executive Producer himself, Paul Pick'em with him Contra.
How's it going, guys? How's it going? Feeling good this week. Dolphins had a bad week.
Come on,
we'll talk about it.
Come on now, you already know me. I'm Kev Water Voice of Boy. I'm that guy giving out the water, but everybody's still thirsty. It's crazy. But today, we're in a different studio. We're actually in the Rush Valley Studios right now with our host, Mr. Generic himself. Let him know about you a little bit, man.
Yes.
I bet that's enough. Now I'm playing.
See how them boys do. But you know, Generic here, you know, aka Eli, Rush Valley Studios. Wait on it, coming soon. But you know, these boys here about to put me on game with the picks this time. So let's go and get at it, boys.
All right, man. So, Paul, let us know how we did in our picks last week while Iceberg was blizzy.
Well, so before we get into the recaps, let me just let y'all know Kevin had a phenomenal weekend. Went 11-4, only missed 4 money line picks.
Come on, now.
I, on the other hand, repeated 8-7, barely went above 500.
And if you didn't know, my dirty birds won today. So if your teammate win today, don't talk to me, you dirty bird.
Gotta hear, you don't gotta hear this often this season.
Come on!
But overall standings after the 2 weeks since we missed week 1, Kev's sitting at 20-10. I'm sitting at 16-14. We still got a long week to go. But on a high note, two out of 3 of my locks hit for anyone who's tailing along on my gambling picks. We had Chargers plus 6.5 money, Steelers -3, what killed me, Green Bay plus 3.5 free money, and you know the rules.
Ooh.
So since I guaranteed all my locks for anyone who's putting up money, I don't have any alcohol. Well, I do have alcohol, but I don't have any liquor on me, so I'm gonna chug this tall boy Jack Daniel's watermelon punch. Get the show cracking.
And while he's doing that, I'm gonna let you know what's in the blunt today. You know me, I got my berry juice and Duchess. But disclaimer, not everybody in the video actually smokes and drinks and stuff like that. This is just something, it's not for everybody. Some people are 100% professional about their paper and don't let anything get in their way. Shout out, respect to anybody on that road.
We support good choices.
You know what I'm saying? I don't. But I think it's cool when people do it. But today in the blunt, I got my berry juice and Dutchess. You know how we come in. Same thing. But today we got that banana bread. And I can tell you about the banana bread, so I will. It's that gas. It's gonna put you on that sticky icky. It's dense. I mean, you gotta break it down with a grinder made out of shark teeth. And it's something real serious. And today we drinking on some Jack Daniels. What do you do, Paul?
Jack Daniel's watermelon punch goes down smoothly. And on this side, we got 2 blunts. This is the pink unicorn, some gas, but this shit stank like some stinky toes. But hey, bro, this shit stank. You gotta be dank, am I right?
Oh, man. Which one you want to spark first, man?
You already got the button. Let's take the ticket off.
I appreciate you. See, Paul's such a gentleman. So you can go first with your own first game since we're talking on. Well, actually,
you know, got a couple questions for y'all. First off, let me know how y'all 5 games for this weekend went.
Our big 5, me and Kev agreed on 3. We disagreed on the other 2.
It was a great week of football. I'm not gonna lie. There was definitely some good games. Some 0-2 teams that tightened up. There were some 0-2 teams that went 0-3. It be like that sometimes. But hey, man, it was a great week of football. But these games right here had me on the edge of my seat.
Okay.
So to open this up, one of my locks that hit, Packers won 30-28 at 49ers. I mean, we all are on it. We all agreed that the Packers are a better team by far. The Packers still have the unstoppable offense. I just don't think anyone can stop Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, and Monty Adams. It was a little scary towards the end, but Mr. Aaron Rodgers gets the job done.
He got
ice in his veins, boy.
Fun fact: I was actually at the producer's house, and I fell asleep probably a little bit after the third quarter because I had a long day that day, and I woke up and I just looked at him just clapping his hands like Aaron Rodgers. I was like, what the fuck just happened? He's just 37 seconds, and I was, what the fuck just happened? And I found out Aaron Rodgers is AR-12. You seen him jump, and you seen Mason Crosby doing some goat shit as usual after going 0-4 last week. Shout out and kick this boy.
Wow.
and all those professional analysts out there that was talking all that crazy junk about the Packers this season. They're crazy. Start us off with our next game.
Next, we're gonna talk about. See, I wanted to talk about a second game, but I'm actually gonna let Paul bring up the second game that we got in common. But first, we're gonna talk Chargers Chiefs, because that was a battle, boy. My dog Jay Herbo. I picked the Chiefs. Don't get me wrong.
I think everyone did.
I be wrong. It be like that sometimes. I didn't know the Chiefs could lose at Arrowhead. I didn't know the Chiefs could start off 1-2. But when Jay Herbo throw 4 touchdowns, Keenan Allen is killing them. It's no guilt. It's no game. There's nothing you can do about that. Don't get me wrong. Patrick Mahomes and them boys, they showed some sloppy. They had some sloppy drives. They could have done a little bit better. But at the end of the day, it's the mighty Chiefs. They're the closest thing we have to the 16-17 Warriors. Like it's not really anything much you can do about it. But at the end of the day, y'all got to win the game. Jay Herbo went for it after getting a delayed game or illegal shift.
Shift.
On 4th and 4, they still went for it on 4th and 9 and got it. Come on, man. The Chargers went in the Arrowhead and held it down. You can't do nothing about that.
One thing I have for them, like you said, they played a sloppy game on the Chiefs side. Everyone thinks Mahomes is Mr. Perfect. The Chiefs are the best team ever, and even if they play sloppy football, they'll never lose. But that's just not true. You cannot play every game coming from behind and expect to win. It doesn't work. Mahomes threw 2 interceptions, one of them being right at the 4th quarter, 2 minutes left, which led the Chargers to win the game right after. He throws interceptions, Chargers come down and score. But I will say, if the Chargers want to be a legitimate team, they got to stop playing sloppy in the red zone. Because you've seen it this week, you've seen it about the Cowboys game. There was like 3 touchdowns on the board that got taken off just because of illegal shifts.
Illegal shifts. That's bad coaching.
Yeah, it's like, that's an easy 7 points. But you shot yourself in the foot. You can't be doing that.
That shit is goofy. And shout out that boy Mike Williams for being unstoppable in the red zone this week, because that's what he does.
Hey, he's proven himself. There's a lot of hate on him that he is a legitimate number 2 receiver. Legitimate. So, I think I know why you want me to start off this next game. The next games on our Big 5 was Dolphins at Vegas. Dolphins lost 28-31. I have another cup in front of me. I have to pass that back to you real quick. I got another cup in front of me, and I bet another drink on the Dolphins.
He finna pound that thing.
Another Jack Daniels. This one down home punch.
He killed the last one. Oh my goodness! I'm telling you, they built different. Dolphin fans are built different. Like, I don't know what they got in them, but they can just do things that normal fans can't. Like over here in the Falcons, we smoke our pain away in Atlanta. But Miami, them boys get down.
So, one thing I want to say is Dolphins, y'all let fucking Peyton Barber, who got signed off the practice squad 4 days ago, run 111 yards on y'all. Unacceptable. Derek Carr, he's legit. I can't hate on him no more. He came in, killed us. And Jacoby Brissett, though, Jacoby Brisket, like I like to call him, that boy looked good. He has the one thing I will say that made him better than Tua was the fact that he can actually run the ball as a quarterback, because our offensive line is fucking atrocious.
I think y'all boys could have won that game, because
it was there.
It showed me that the Raiders are a 10-win team. They're not the team that can really take out dominant teams to make it to the AFC Championship. But they show that they can play against good teams. The Dolphins are a good team. Their defense is great. They got that pick 6 from who was that linebacker that got that pick 6 wearing 52?
Landon Roberts.
Looking like a tropical Ray Lewis. It make no sense. That boy was breaking. With the what he was running, like a 4.8, 4.7. Like that boy.
No, he looked kind of slow.
That boy got down there though. Ain't nobody touched him. So you gotta respect that. So the Dolphins look great. I like the fight though, because that last touchdown, Jacoby Brissett said, "Yo, I'm trying to win." Like, yo, I don't care what anybody says about me. I don't care that
With
I'm
like
the
no
quarterback.
time on the clock.
I'm trying to win. We was watching that game at the dirty individual known as Kyle's house. Don't worry, I have my mask on. But we was watching that game, and it was just insane to see the energy that the Dolphins brought. They really tore it up, and if they can play like that with Tua coming back, you're gonna see that O-line issues are gonna be some issues, but like if they can tighten up, man, y'all got your chance. Y'all got your chance to go second in the division.
So those are the three games we agreed on.
Y'all really did that. Okay. Let's see.
Well, no, we still have two
still
more
got two
games.
more.
Y'all got
Those are
two
the three
more.
we agreed as the best three games. So undoubtedly best three games of the week. You want to start your next one?
Oh yeah.
I already know which one he's
Come
got.
on, man, because if your teammate with it, they don't talk to me, man. Your teammate with it this weekend don't talk to me, man.
We don't keep this back
Dirty
on the
shit,
record.
Dirty birds. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm tired of y'all talking to me like y'all team won this week, because that's all I got to say. If you want to win, go play the Giants, because they're really that bad. But, you know what I'm saying? Dirty birds getting dubs, you know what I'm saying? We not like the Colts starting 0-3. You know what I'm saying? Dirty birds. I'm not even giving you a recap. I'm letting you know we won. Fuck everything else. Falcons 17-14. I hope you betted against them.
Dirty Birds. I had the Seahawks and Vikings. Seahawks to shit the bed. It was a close game at halftime, like 17-21, and then the final score was 17-30 because the Seahawks didn't score another point coming out at halftime, which is kind of scary because the Vikings don't really have that good of a defense. Vikings defense made good pressure. Seahawks D's giving up the most yards in the NFL. It was a battle of two different defenses after that game.
The Vikings were my pick for 0-2. We got one more game for this. The Vikings were my pick for 0-2 for best 0-2 team because they showed that they're number one in total yards. The defense stepped up with Dalvin Cook gone. Paul Pick'em when Crotchet called it. You know what I'm saying? You should have betted on that. But they're the truth. Like they're not a bad team, and they're gonna figure it out. Because it's only week 3. If you're 0-3, you're 1-2, you're 2-1. Like those are lies. It's only week 3. Let's figure the games out. But the Vikings look good. I see them still making the playoffs.
What was your last game?
Oh, my last game. My dog Lamar, not Kendrick. I'm talking Jackson, not Michael. A little bit of Jermaine, but I'm talking Justin Tuck with the leg. 66 yards. Hold on, this is the studios. You can't put your feet on the couch. But I'm saying 66 yards. Come on now, that's the GOAT. That's all I gotta say. I don't know. I can't tell you no other kicker stats in life except Matt Bryant and Young Ho Koo, but Justin Tuck is a GOAT. Don't talk to me. I don't want to hear nothing.
No, that was a good game. The only thing I have about that game, that questionable delay of game towards the end. But
hey, the refs ain't call it. It ain't happen.
The refs ain't call it. It happened. Hey, but my last game was the Bucks losing 24 at Rams, 24-34. To be honest, this score kind of lying because it was really 17-34 with the last 4 minutes left, and then the Bucks scored a touchdown to make it look competitive. Deshaun Jackson, who's like 40 years old, almost out the league, came in and burned all 20-year-old DB. Only thing I have for them boys is Tom Brady was their leading rusher. Tom Brady, 45 years old, no legs, leading rusher. And within 3 games, the Bucks have allowed 1,100 yards. That's just bad football.
300 to Matt Ryan.
300 to Matt Ryan, who has no arm right now. Like it's just crazy. This is the Super Bowl 17-0 team. That defense does not look like that defense no more. But before I completely shit on them, I'm gonna jump it over to my lead Buck fan, Alex.
We got our Bucks analyst going, Alex Barber, known as AB. But that boy team ain't win today, so let me put my hater blockers on. What you got for us, Alex?
Hey, how are you guys doing? It's your boy AB here, giving y'all a quick analysis on the Bucks game. Bucks didn't win, but I'm not gonna get mad over this. I'm not gonna complain, and I'll tell you why later on. Quick, how the game went. Slow start of the game. 3 punts by the Bucks back to back. 2 punts by the Rams back to back. Rams they come on the 3rd drive with a touchdown. Bucks answered right back, but LA answered right back again. So going into halftime, it was 7 Bucks, LA 14. Bucks did miss the field goal right before the half. Coming in hot after halftime, the LA Rams did score a touchdown, the long pass to Deshaun Jackson. Bucks were able to answer right back, but as it was all game long, LA answered right back to the Bucks. They did not let the Bucks breathe for a second. Next drive, Bucks punt the ball. LA field goal, Bucks field goal. Again, LA answered back with field goal. Turnover on downs by the Bucks. Punt by the Rams. touchdown by the Bucks in the last 3 minutes of the game. Didn't really matter much. 34-24. LA Rams win. LA Rams 3-0. Bucks 2-1. Quick analysis in the game. I'm not worried about the game. We're 2-1. This was a game that we all knew was going to be close, and it could have gone either way. I'm just really not worried about this game at all, especially because we all know the Bucks going to make the playoff and the LA Rams going to make the playoff. What I am worried about is the secondary. It's been a problem since week 1. It hasn't really improved, and now we have Jamal Dean injured as well. So now we'll have Davis on one side and a third string cornerback on the other side. So that's going to be a problem. Hopefully this week we find out more about Richard Sherman. If Richard Sherman comes along, hopefully he'll bring his experience to action and really help out this young Bucs secondary who's playing on the fourth string cornerbacks besides Davis. So that's going to be really important. The front seven of defense didn't look that sharp. I thought they were going to be looking a lot better. But that secondary it's what killed us. Offense looks pretty good. Tom Brady doing Tom Brady numbers, 432 passing yards, a touchdown, a rushing touchdown as well. Receiving wise, everyone looked good. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Tyler Johnson, who I really like him a lot. I think he has a lot of potential. He had a really good game. Besides the secondary, our second concern is the running game. When Tom Brady has the most rushing yards on your team for the game, that is an issue. That is a big issue. Ronald Jones, 11 yards. Fournette, only 8 yards. Not acceptable. Not acceptable. Tom Brady had more rushing yards than y'all. Not acceptable. But can't complain. I do have to say, what I really liked about this game is that move that Deshaun Jackson did after scoring that touchdown. I'm gonna remember that for the whole season. Remember last year when the Bucs played the Chiefs and Tyreek Hill threw up the little peace sign. Look what happened in the Super Bowl, baby. Look what happened in the Super Bowl. We answered right back to him, and we gave him a peace sign as well. So Deshaun Jackson will see you in the NFC Championship game. Hey, let's see if we can do it when it matters most, because we're gonna come in hot for your ass. We're gonna come in hot for y'all. So I ain't worried. 2-1, can't complain. I'm not worried about this game at all. This game could have gone either way. It actually made me extremely happy when I saw that Deshaun Jackson taunting the Bucs. Hey, you know what you just did. And we'll see you in the NFC Championship game. That's all my time here for today, folks. It's your boy AB. I'll see you next week.
And we back. That boy's been a lot of facts, and we're gonna get right back into it. That boy Cat, leave it off.
First off, if people really be Bucs fans, hey, I'm not gonna lie. That was
4 quarters rooting for him.
That was the NFC Championship game right there. We're gonna see it again. And Tom Brady always has the last laugh. And you seen what happened when Tyreek put the deuces up. You know what they're gonna do to Deshaun Jackson. But enjoy your last while you can. I hate the Bucs.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady. But off to the next scene.
Now y'all boys tell me, what else around the league caught your eye this weekend? What else happened that got your attention?
Oh man.
Jumping around the league, I think we gotta start off on Thursday, the first game of football. The Panthers just took a shit on the Texans, 24-9.
Did they?
Yeah, Sam Darnold came in. CMC went out, hamstring issue. People were calling it. You can't give him that many touches. He's not built like that. But Sam Darnold played a good game, 2 rushing touchdowns himself, 300 yards. So I just think their defense is legit. They're going to win games even without Christian McCaffrey.
There we go.
That game was cool. That Thursday night game was cool. Another game that caught my eye was the Bills and the Redskins. Because Josh Allen is the truth. Don't get me wrong. That 35-0 against the Steelers, I was, like, see, look, this is what you got to do. When somebody gets beat 35-0 in football, you got to just look like, whoa, what just happened? So they gonna double back. So when they ran it back and they beat the Dolphins. No, they didn't lose 35-0 to the Steelers. They beat the Dolphins 35-0. So then they get blown out and then they blew somebody out. And then they showed this week against what we thought was a top 10 defense coming into the league. Really what we thought was a top 6 defense coming to the league. Because Chase Young is the truth.
It's tough.
Yeah, so Chase Young is the truth. But the defense hasn't showed that. They played some good teams. They had to play against Justin Herbert and they had to play against Josh Allen. So they played against some good teams. So we'll see what's up with them. But they did let Danny Wheels run for 90 yards. So we got to see what's up with his defense. But the Bills is looking like the truth. Stephon Diggs is Stephon Diggs. You can't stop him in the end zone. And he's grown man. He do that. So, hey, man, that game caught my attention. Did you peep that one?
Yeah, no, I saw it. The one thing, you hit it nail on the head. Josh Allen just balled out this game. But to be honest, like you said, that Washington defense is way overpriced for what they're doing. And the talking defense, the Bills defense, on the other hand, no one talked about them coming into the season. And this season, they are balling. They forced 4 turnovers this week against Washington.
Really?
So, yeah, not really much else to say about that game. It was 21-43. It was really an ass whooping. Another blowout to start the week early was the Bears losing at the Browns 6-26. Justin Fields, they had a total passing yards whole game 1 yard.
Tell him what the other side had.
Oh, I don't know what the Browns had because the only thing I have written down is just how bad the Bears did.
Okay, so
they allowed 9 sacks. He got sacked 9 times.
Imagine
and only completed 6 passes.
Imagine you having 5 homies that are supposed to block you, like 5 homies, and they know that there's 11 people that want your head on this field right now. So 5 your homies just got out the way 9 times.
That's a letdown.
And they hit you. They hit you hard.
That's a letdown. That's a hurt.
Complete shit to bed. Like, that's where the shit to bed term is.
There might be
perfectly
some
fitted.
ulterior energy right there. They might be feeling some type of way. I don't know
Somebody
what's wrong with
might
that
be feeling
team. Somebody might be feeling something.
Well, we know how somebody's feeling. You got hit 9 times, and that's not okay. They got to tighten up. But that offense isn't even built for Justin Fields. I thought Andy Dalton wasn't doing too terrible as a starter because he was just Andy Dalton. Like, at least he motivates the team at least. And he's not terrible.
Middle.
He's middle of the pack. You can do worse. You can do a lot worse than Andy Dalton.
Okay.
Like, I'd rather have Andy Dalton in that offense than Cam Newton. I'm not gonna lie, even though I'm all about Cam Newton getting some PT somewhere. Hopefully sometime next season. But that was an interesting game, and we'll see what the future has for both those teams because it's gonna be a long season.
But then jumping over to the Colts at the Titans. Colts lost 6. This is one of the games that y'all had on me. I had the Colts win 16-22.
Colts. Carson Wentz played with 2 ankle sprains. I think that's
16-27. Sorry.
Nice. I have respect for Carson Wentz. He played with 2 sprained ankles. Imagine, like, you know how you stepped on a nail the other day, and you want to imagine it happening to both your feet, and you still going out there and playing. Like,
that's a soldier.
Grown man. He's taped all the way up to here on both feet. Like, it's insane. And he played the game, and he was just stiff. Like, you can't do much about that. Like, you're stiff. Like, you shouldn't be playing right now. But I think that was bad on the general manager on the business side because he got traded. So they have a thing is they gave away a first-round pick, which is a big deal in the NFL because first round there's only 32 of them.
Great talent.
There's only 32 of them. So, and you don't want to mess up, and you don't want to miss. So they had to give away a pick, but if he doesn't play 75% of his snaps, and so that's 75% of the games, that pick becomes a second pick. So I probably would have sat him, even though they did want to win that game. Nobody wants to start off 0-3, but I would have sat him on some business side because at least get a win somewhere. Get a win somewhere.
On the board for him.
Get a win with the money at least if you can't get a win on the field.
Yeah, no, it's all offense's fault. To be honest, the defense forced 3 turnovers. The Carson Wentz is just too hurt to do anything with it.
But can we talk about Derrick Henry again?
He was just running people. You can't he's just a different field of athlete.
You remember, bro? Yeah, I was about to say, you remember, bro? I was highlights on show.
That was a monster.
And
on
he
the
did it
field
again
right
today.
there.
Like
that was a monster.
There was that particular play. I don't know exactly what, where he just completely murdered the Colts linebacker.
And that was a top. I want to say that was I can't remember his name right now, but it was a top. This was a top player. Darius Leonard. Darius Leonard is. I'm not running. If I see Darius Leonard, if I'm coming out the C gap, I see Darius Leonard. I'm done with football. Like, what is wrong with y'all? Y'all thought this was sick? Nah.
Not Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry, and he don't even talk nothing. Like, he just kept it moving because he the king.
Okay.
Just like I got burned on that game.
Mm-hmm.
He got burned on this game. Patriots blew out the Patriots.
Oh my
28-13.
goodness! The Patriots got blown out by the Saints because Jameis Winston did his thing. Because it's gonna be an up and down roller coaster season with Lane Sick Jameis. But the Patriots got outcoached. Like, Bill Belichick is supposed to be one of the greatest. That's Tom Brady's coach when they was winning Super Bowls over there. So he's supposed to be. He's the greatest. He definitely has a great defense and a great mind. And you can't take away one game. Can't take away an entire legacy. But he got outcoached by Sean Payton. And I hate Sean Payton. And I don't hate him on some hating like I hate the Bucs. I hate him because, like, dang, Sean Payton is that good. Like just come to the Falcons. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Stupid.
I'll give it to him though, because he got outcoached, but it wasn't like a shit coach. He got outcoached by. There's not the same tier of great coach. Like, just Sean Payton's still a good coach. Yeah, there's levels.
It's just like there's a at the end of the day that he has the best resume, but like Sean Payton got right because he saw that rookie quarterback came for his head, and Mac Jones had a horrible game, but it's not tough. It's not that bad because all the rookie quarterbacks had a horrible game this week, so nobody's gonna say nothing. But I'm gonna say something.
3 interceptions.
I'm gonna say something.
3 interceptions. When he's forced to throw because that run game isn't there to baby him, he doesn't look that good. At least not yet. They're still young.
So nobody else was gonna say nothing. I'm gonna say something.
Well, then we got the Bengals. This is a fucking scratch your head right here. Bengals shit on the Steelers 24-10 at Steelers. Big Ben just needs to retire. Hang him up.
Another week. Betting on the Steelers? Another week of losses.
Yeah, another bad week.
Why? I picked the Steelers. I was supposed to have my Steelers analyst today, but I forgot to send him the right information to let you handle this because I'm upset because they're hurt. They're hurting. But it's like the way they're playing, you can't tell that they're going to be good. Mike Tomlin is a chess player. I think Mike Tomlin is probably a top 20 coach all time, probably. He just don't got he probably has like 2 rings. But he's just great, and like he's gonna figure something out. He's never had a losing season before, even though there's a first for everything. But they're gonna figure that Steelers team's gonna figure something out. But fuck, I'm not picking them next week. I refuse.
Is there any hope for them to sniff playoff grass?
Well,
This playoffs are even
not in that division. Because the AFC is loaded this year. Not in that division. You can have a winning season, but you're not gonna make the playoffs because like you got to deal because the Chargers is gonna take somebody's spot. You got to deal with the entire AFC best. You got to deal with the entire AFC best. You got to deal with the Chargers, and you got the Ravens and Browns in your same division. Like that's tough.
And you just lost to the Bengals. Who's in your division?
Oh
too.
my God!
Who's up there? Also sitting up there at the top.
Hey, but shout out Jamar Chase. I gotta get some film on him to send to my little brother.
2 touchdowns this game, balling.
Outside threat. You can't do nothing with him.
Hey, Burrow was the highest rated quarterback on PFF, so I will give him a little bit of credit on that. Then we had another low-key, a little exciting game, gave me a little scare. I would have never thought I was gonna put this game actually on TV until it got close. But the Cardinals 31, Jaguars 19. It was close until Trevor Lawrence does Trevor Lawrence things and throws a pick 6, and Cardinals just run away with it after that.
Bruh.
Wow.
I was more upset about the kick 6 because
That's the only reason why it's even close.
yeah, like I was more upset because I was given a wise man gave me a stat. He's low-key sitting next to me. A wise man gave me a stat that Urban Meyer owns Cliff Kingsbury in college. So I thought Urban Meyer was going to come through with a little confidence, come through like, yeah, man, this guy's scared. Yeah, this guy's scared of me. Like I thought that's how. I don't really know how coaching works like that, but I thought he was going to come in like, yeah, this guy. I already have him figured out. Yeah. I've had him figured out for the last 10 years now.
This motherfucker ain't shit.
So I thought that's how that game was going to end up going because after that kick 6, it was like, whoa. Why y'all serious? Because you don't want to kick a 68-yard field goal. Justin Tucker kicked the 66, and he's the greatest of all time. Like, 68-yard field goals. This is a kick 6 is when you kick a field goal.
Outside
you miss it. It lands, so instead of, remember when we used to play throwback back in your apartments?
Yes.
So they catch you with a throwback. So now, remember in throwback, those people, like we used to have, the thing that sucked about throwback was there was 15 other people trying to get your heads, and our homies were assholes, so they really put you on your head. So imagine those 15 other people being slow lines, the slowest people on your team, and not only that, your team is playing to make that back. So he took that all the way. I'll show you the highlight afterwards. He took it from the end zone 109 yards all the way back, looked at the kicker like he was stupid, like, you idiot. I don't know who told you to kick that, and took it to the house. They still lost though, so nobody's gonna care about that play later in life.
They gave him momentum going into half.
But that showed that the Cardinals make some really dumb decisions in bad moments. So in detrimental moments. But that's 3-0 for the Cardinals. And this guy over here said they was gonna have a winning season.
Yeah. But
he's looking crazy. He's
they also
crazy.
I'm not gonna say an easy schedule, but like same with like the Seahawks with that the kicks thing. Like they missed that field goal against the Vikings missed the field goal against the Cardinals to win. It's like they have some close games.
Drop a 6 in the comment for how many wins the Cardinals got to get before we see Paul take 5 shots.
They gotta get 9.
So they need 6 more.
Yeah, they need 6 more.
So drop a 6 in the comment.
So next game, this was another shit fest. You had the Jets 0 points to the Broncos 26 blowout. I don't really have shit to say about this game other than like the Jets are just fire everybody.
It was just hard. Our team clear the board.
Just clear the board.
Clear the board. Goodness.
Clear staff front to back. Do you have anything to say?
That's just too much time on the Jets already. This is too much time on the Jets already.
And then
Keyshawn.
the last game from this past weekend was Monday Night Football. It was a heater. Eagles 21, Cowboys 41.
Woo!
Some good old divisional rivalry.
We got to see some Alabama play this week. I didn't care about the game, obviously. I'm not the biggest Eagle fan. They beat us week 1, and I've been trying. And everybody was trying to say Jalen Hurts was better than Lamar Jackson. When I say everybody, I mean. But we're gonna so I don't really care for the Eagles like that. I think Brandon Graham going down is like, because he's their heart and soul. He's a really big, and that guy's crazy. Like, you just don't want to fuck with him. So like, you don't want to fuck up around him because that guy is just the truth. Right. So I'll show you some Brandon Graham. Like, he will come up to you and be like, hey yo, you. Yeah, you gonna die today. Like, that's the team. That's you walking up to go to your bench. Hey yo, you. Yeah, you right there. Yeah, you gonna die today. And he coming for you. He coming for you. So that's the truth. The Cowboys blew them boys out because the Cowboys are the best team in that division. I've been saying this since week 1. Ever since we've seen that Dak came back looking good, looking strong, looking on point, looking ready to work. So I don't really see a need. I don't really see a need to really pay attention to the Eagles because like it was really to see like who's going to be better, them or the Redskins. But Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith against Trevon Diggs matchup, that was fun to watch. I'm not gonna lie, that boy got shut down. But Trevon Diggs is the highest. What is he, like the highest rated corner right now?
Yeah, PFF.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out PFF for giving us stats that don't really matter. But them boys, that was a good matchup. Them boys were going back and forth with it. That pick that he got on him, was it a pick 6? Yep, it was a pick 6. Was nice. He really showed him. Devontae Smith, I think, got one catch on him. But that was cool to see, like, teammates. Like, at one point in time, these guys were all in the same room. And now they're in college. They're all in the same room, struggling, probably eating ramen noodles. Are probably talking about the same girls, texting the same girls and stuff. Now they're in the league, eating, flourishing. Devontae Smith is my cousin. Not really, but my cousin. Like, I always want them boys to eat. It's going to be interesting to see them boys. That's cool. That's always cool to see in real life. But besides for the game, it was a wrap.
And Diggs was talking shit the whole game. But like, it was crazy because they're friends or just.
But it was competitive shit because it was like, yeah. He really did that.
There's a few times where he stood over him a couple times, like looked down at him, talked a little bit, and I didn't think they'll call anything, but the refs have been calling some bogus ass taunting calls and shit. So I was just like, bro, this is one talk away from another. This bogus little flag. It's just competitive fun. Just let it play. But. I mean, Hurts just looked bad this game. I don't think it was just all Hurts' fault. The O-line looked bad. And they lost another starting player that went down. Something like Dillard. I'm not too sure his name. But he's out. Not looking good anymore. And then, so, outside of that, Hurts just threw those 2 interceptions, and that pick six, like you said, was the first play after halftime. That's a momentum killer, and you're already losing by 2 touchdowns. So then you come out, throw picks, and then like, and the only other touchdown you had was because of your defense scored. It wasn't even y'all. So it just didn't. It wasn't a good outing for them. So, like you said, Cowboys the best team in the division, easily.
Yeah, easily.
Like, unless some crazy injuries start happening.
Which can happen.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that could go down again, God forbid.
But until then, that seems like an statement.
Giants are trash. The Redskins or Washington football team, whatever you want to call them, came out trash. And the Eagles are trash. Like, just the Cowboys.
And that's the recap of Week 3, the NFL Week 3. But my question is, from what we've talked about, that we try to paint a picture for you of what happened, because we know you don't watch football, but you played a million snaps with me, like in the apartments.
Countless.
So, could you take anything away? Did we make anything visual for you? Is there anything that you took away besides for Derrick Henry is a grown man and there's nothing you can do about that?
Y'all boys been laying down a lot of facts, a lot of information. Only thing to really take away from that is I forgot.
As you can see, words from a football fan. But nah, man, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. The show's not over yet. We still got one more game to talk about, but I just want to take a second and say we appreciate you letting us come through here. This is a nice spot, Rush Valley Studios. This is something that's going to be working, a production that's going to be working in the background. Generic. It's really general Rick, but generic. But generic is going generic. He's holding it down for us. He's doing the big things, and I just wanted to shout out that boy right there, because like you got to give people flowers, even though they're working on something like that. If you believe it or not, none of the stuff was here like yesterday, yesterday plus an hour and some change. Like we moved all this yesterday, and like
literally was empty and now full.
That boy stepped on a nail. The man can't even walk right now. He got 2 different socks on.
But we still grinding.
But we making moves right now. So I just wanted to bring the real life to it. Now on to the last Thursday night game. Paul, what's up?
Well, we got the who we got out there?
It's a tough question. Thursday night game. We got the Jaguars versus the Bengals. Who y'all got and why?
I'm gonna let Kev go first because I'm gonna have my pick, but I'm also gonna have my spread pick because it's a little different.
Ooh, I'm glad you said that, because I was about to pick who I'm picking. I think the Bengals are gonna win, right? But I'm picking the opposite of whoever Paul picks, because this is something we're gonna take a shot on Saturday. This is gonna be a fun game to watch. Because
you want to put a shot on the Thursday game?
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a fun game to watch. This is gonna be a fun game to watch. What's it called? I'm gonna see the Jamar Chase go crazy on that defense. Like, oh man, I'm gonna enjoy every second of this game. Hopefully the Jaguars can make some moves. I always forget the running back's name. Like, that's not my cousin.
James Robinson.
James Robinson. I hope he gets another touchdown, because he scored one this week. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun game to watch, because it's not a great team. So like, you're not gonna be paying attention. I'm probably gonna be talking to a girl at the same time. But it's gonna be fun. But regardless, I'm picking opposite of him, because I want to take a shot on this one. This is gonna be fun.
Well, so I'm also taking the Bengals on my line, but on the spread, if it's still sitting at 7.5, or if it moves up, because it might even move up just based on betting. If the spread moves up to I'm taking it at 7.5. It goes up to 8.5. Take it even more.
Say less.
But if we're putting a shot on it, I would put a shot on the 7.5 on the Jaguars.
On the Jaguars, all right, bet. So I'm gonna put a shot and 7.5 push-ups on the Bengals.
Okay, I like that. But only reason I even like that spread is because they can at least run the ball in the Cardinals. You saw, and the Cincinnati don't have a good run defense.
So yeah, it's gonna be a fun game to watch. I can't wait to see this one, because like I'm literally gonna be doing 100 things at once. I might be cooking and listening to music at the same time while having company over.
What if the Jaguars win though?
Oh, I gotta take a shot and do 7 push-ups. And that's gonna be after probably doing like 700, because I wake up and do them things. Yeah.
I like it.
Okay, that's the way it is.
Hey man.
Well, y'all heard the facts here. It's your boy at Rush Valley Studios, coming soon to y'all.
Hey man.
Always did that one.
Kev Waterboy Savoy, you already know. Totally Blitz podcast. I'm gonna drink mine, but I'm gonna drink it slowly, because I ain't lose like that. But hey, man, if your team ain't win last week, don't talk to me. don't tweet me. I will be at the bottom of your YouTube videos commenting about how the Dirty Bird's gonna do it again next week. What you got for him, Paul?
Well, I'm still repping my team because I ain't no fake fan. I always rep my shit till I die. We're gonna come back this week. I believe we're playing the Colts this week, so you might hear a different tune from me come this week. But this was Paul picking one of Concha. This was totally blitzed.
Totally blitzed, bitch.
Like and subscribe.
Problem with being problematic. Get the light beam on me, ready for electrostatic. Don't you step into this box if you're not batting. Then my gang got tools, you can call them boy crap, man. This gang got rules, man. You better watch your passes. This ain't nothing.